Come in.
Hey, Springer.
What's up?
I bet you $10 that I can blow up this balloon without using my mouth.
Not a chance.
Yep.
Not a chance. I'll take that bet.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be $10 richer.
$10 right there.
All right.
It's on the board.
I'll be back.
I'm ready to see this.
Okay, so here's how I'm gonna win that $10. You need a lot of materials for this. There is a step-by-step instruction guide on Power School, but you are going to need your bag of baking soda and a spoon. It doesn't matter what kind of spoon. You're going to need an empty bottle. Remember, that was the one that I told you guys to make sure you're saving an empty bottle. You're going to need the vinegar and a balloon. Now, I gave you 2 balloons. One is bigger, one is smaller. Let me grab my other balloons to show you. So it's not a huge difference, but one balloon I think is a 7-inch balloon, and the other one's 9, or it's 7 and 12. I don't really remember. And some of you got different types of balloons because whatever I had. So find, I'd start with the bigger one. That's what I'm going to do. And get that bigger balloon. And if you look at the instructions, let me show you. Oh, and you're going to need a funnel or a piece of paper you can make a funnel out of. I have the instructions for you, so just make sure that you have all the materials and that you follow the instructions. So first thing it says is stretch your balloons several times to loosen it. So what I mean by that is just kind of stretch it out like this. Just do it a couple times to loosen it up so we can get the baking soda in there more easily. And then next part, you need to put baking soda in your balloon, which is kind of hard. So a funnel would work really well, but if you don't have one, you can make one out of a piece of paper. You can either cut it, or if you don't have scissors, just rip it to make it a little smaller. And then you're gonna like fold it like this, watch. So that it makes like a little, so that it's big at the top and little at the bottom. Now a piece of tape would be good right here, but if you don't have tape, you can still get that to go in the balloon. It's just harder. You can still get it to go in there. Okay? You might need an extra set of hands. I really need somebody to hold this. I'll be right back. Okay, so I made it a little smaller, a little skinnier, and I did use that piece of tape. Tape would help. And then you're gonna put it in, because the next step on there says, after you make a funnel by rolling up a piece of paper, put 2 spoonfuls of baking soda into your large balloon. So I'm gonna get my baking soda, and this might be messy. You might wanna do it at a table in the kitchen. Definitely don't do it in your bed or on the couch. So I'm gonna get some scoops. Let me turn this down a little so you can see what I'm doing a little better. So I'm gonna get a scoop and put it in. So see how another set of hands would be good? So I'm gonna put it in here, and it's gonna go through there. If I shake it, into my balloon. It's not all going through yet. I just need to shake it a little bit, and you want to make sure you're not pinching this. If you squeeze this, nothing can get through. You need to let it stay open. So now almost all of it has gone through. Leave it open and give it a little shake. There we go. So that was 1 scoop, and it says to do 2 spoonfuls if you can, if you have enough baking soda left, because you want to do this experiment twice if you can, because you're going to change a variable. The whole point of these experiments we've been doing is to change a variable. Change one thing to see if your results get better or worse. All right, so we'll talk about that in a minute. So, all right, all mine went in there. So now I've got it in the bottom of my balloon, and you want to kind of shake it down. It says on there, shake it down to get to the bottom of the balloon, because you want it all in the bottom. All right, next step is going to be to pour some vinegar into your bottle. I wouldn't just, since I gave some of you bottles with the vinegar in it, I wouldn't just use this, because you need a second set. If you want to do it twice or so, you need to have enough to do it 2 times, all right? So I actually think I'd rather use this bottle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump. Now this works easy because of the size difference. But if you need a funnel, I don't know if a paper funnel will work or not. You might just have to go real slow or have an adult help you. All right, so I'm gonna have, and it says right on there, pour some vinegar in your bottle. It doesn't say exactly how much, because that's one of the variables you can change. Putting a lot of vinegar or not putting very much vinegar can change your results. So on this one, I'm gonna have a decent amount in there, okay? So what it says next is, and this is a very important step, there's even a picture of this step. It says, do not let the baking soda and the vinegar meet. Like, do not, it actually says, do not let the baking soda fall into the vinegar. Because if you do, it'll start the reaction, and we don't want that yet. So we're going to stretch out the balloon so that it goes over the nozzle, but none of the baking soda gets in there. We want it to just be hanging there. Because what's going to happen is there's going to be a reaction between the baking soda and the vinegar, and that's what should blow up our balloon. So when I am ready, the next step on our little thing says, when you're ready for the reaction, lift up the balloon and allow the baking soda to fall down into the bottle. So I'm not even going to try this yet. I'm going to try my best to get that $10. Hopefully I get it. Let's go try it in Mr. Springer's room and see how we do.
I'm sure these crazy kids have it.
All right, Springer. I'm
What's
here.
up?
I'm here, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to earn that $10. I'm going to show you that I can blow up a balloon without using my mouth.
Like I said, guys, I've already spent the $10. I'm that confident she can't.
He spent the money that he owes me, so now he's got to pay me interest. Okay. Here we go. You ready? And I didn't even try this ahead of time to see if it actually works, so let's see. Okay. Ready?
So.
Did my mouth touch it?
No!
So
Is it blown up?
Yeah!
It's still going even.
No, it's blowing.
About that $10.
Woo! It's getting cold too.
I may have to
Let go.
write you an IOU, Mrs. Yonke.
What's an
You want me to let it go? Let it go like
this is.
Yeah.
It's like the
It's almost
size
as
of
big
my
as your head
face.
and just as shiny.
And just as shiny. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. All right, guys, go try yours.
Give her,
See how it goes.
Give her a round of applause.
Wow, that was fun. And I just got his class super hyper, so that's even better. That like just made my whole day. So, all right, go ahead and try this experiment yourself. But something else I also want you to do is changing a variable. So when you do it your second time, change just one thing. So either switch to your smaller balloon or the other size balloon. You can switch the size of your bottle. So here's a regular bottle. I could use a bigger one like my Powerade bottle, or a smaller one. I've got a tiny little water bottle. You could change the amount of vinegar you put in or the amount of baking soda you put in. And you could try any of these different variables to change to see if it works better or worse. The thing is, you only want to change one. If I use more vinegar, more baking soda, smaller balloon, smaller bottle, if I do all of those and I get bad or good results, I'm not going to know which thing was like the thing that really mattered the most, that made the biggest change. So go ahead and try it and have fun.